Yes, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastically well. It's Connor with your evening update, and boy, I'm excited, and we're going to get into a little bit of news which has definitely perked me up, and if it is true, I'm happy about this one. I am happy about this one. Stick around, everybody. Make sure you check out the video from earlier on. Bam, bam, bam. We are slapping out content. Make sure you check out the Patreon as well. A simple £4.16 a month donated to the channel. Improved so much, everybody. We've improved so much on the channel over the past year, and we strive over here to do things, you know, even more and more and more and more. And you might think, Connor, but you're just out and about on your phone. I've got a brand new phone. Listen. And yeah, it's a lot of money for me, but I'm trying to invest in every part, not just my little studio, but also the bits and bats. You guys love me filming out and about, so I've made sure I've got like a little bit of a microphone as well, the newest phones, so you guys are not getting it on crap quality as well. I'm always trying to improve it, so I really appreciate your help and support there. Right, let's get on to the first little bit that I wanted to speak about today, and it is the stadium expansion. Now, what do we know about the San Francisco 49ers and the stadium expansion? Well, they can't do it. They can't really get involved in it fully because Leeds aren't in the Premier League yet. Why is that a problem? Well, they can't increase it to 55,000 seater, apparently, which is the murmured capacity update, because obviously Leeds aren't in the Premier League. They can't get the required investors to commit, and essentially you can't really do it whilst being in the Championship with the streams of income and stuff like that. You need a little bit of a boost, and essentially the 49ers are ready to do that when Leeds get into the Premier League. We all know this, if and when, hopefully. Now, what do we know though? According to several sources today, the 49ers are looking to improve many aspects within the stadium, when it comes to facilities, when it comes to televisions, when it comes to beer dispensing, which I know it might sound a little bit, but the general standard of Ellen Road, I think we're all very aware, as much as it is an iconic traditional stadium, I think like dispensary, facility, all these sort of updates in and around the ground, television updates, it all needs a spring clean, it all needs a dust. If you are, I know there's a lot of you guys who listen, haven't been to Ellen Road for many a year because you don't live in the country, or you might not be able to afford it or whatever, because we know the matchday experience is very expensive nowadays. But that's what you've got to have, everybody, a matchday experience. And I have to say, from a personal perspective, I don't mind it, but I have to say it needs to be better. I think, you know, there is for a club the size of Leeds United, I think the stadium experience for me as a paying customer needs to be a little bit better, and that's what the 49ers are trying to do as we speak. So it's not just going to be about the stadium expansion, but it's going to be about building on the stadium in more ways than one, which is really exciting. And with what we see with the Levi Stadium now, the 49ers Stadium, which is one of the best in the States, that's extremely exciting stuff. Extremely exciting stuff. Kuheb Druek. Now, guys, who is this? Well, this is an Excelsior forward who has been recorded as one of the fastest players in Europe. And apparently Leeds United are currently battling with Swansea and with two top championship clubs for the centre forward signature. Now, why is this exciting? Well, this is really exciting for me because I just love that profile. An absolute out and out rapid striker who is going to be able to break the lines, who is going to make it so much easier for a number 10 and just a general creative player in and behind, or to the right or to the left of that striker, because they're going to be able to break the lines. It's going to aid us in breaking down a low block every single time. If you've got a rapid striker who's literally breaking records in Europe when it comes to his sprinting off in general and obviously primarily off the back line, I'm just so excited by that. If we're able to get that style of profile, he's got 7 goals, 6 assists, he's only 22 years of age, and that is the exact player Leeds United need right now. There's too many times last season where we're playing in front of the defence, we're not penetrating it whatsoever, we're not making those runs between the centre-back and the full-backs on either side, and it's very predictable. And you're getting the likes of Crescencio Somerville, and Jorginho Rutter having that lovely interchange, those 1-2s, which, yeah, break the lines a little bit, but still not enough. Not enough, and it's not getting Leeds into these areas as much as we should be doing with the quality that we have on the pitch. So someone like Druet coming in, that'd be exciting, baby. That'd be something where I'm like, right, okay, Leeds are going for the right style there. I think probably a comparative in terms of not style of player as such, but when it comes to pace and explosiveness, is Cameron Archer, who we've spoken about plenty of times on the channel as being a profile who would absolutely suit Leeds down to the ground when it comes to a profile. As I've just mentioned, you know, someone who is able to strike a ball from the edge of the box and really get some power on it and really connect with it properly. A lot of people seem to be really, well, I say a lot of people, a few people seem to be confused when I call someone a technician. Now, when I mention them being a good ball striker and a technician, for me, it doesn't have to be, you know, someone who is just an out-and-out number 10. That's a technician. A technician is just a footballer who is technically able to do certain things. And being a good and a clean ball striker, that's not just being a footballer. You've got so many footballers who aren't clean ball strikers. It's just not their primary focus. And when they do take a shot, you'll see they'll scuff it or they'll side foot it. They won't clean through, sweep it with the laces. That is someone who can really, really hit the ball well. And that's what you're going to be able to get. You know, that is what you're going to be able to get with someone like a Cameron Archer. Hits the ball extremely sweetly. He's a powerful striker of the ball as well. And for me, that sort of profile is perfect for Leeds United. An explosive, quick striker who's proved it in a top league in Europe. And whilst, albeit, the Dutch league isn't one of the best around, it still is a nice transferable league. And we have seen some good Dutch players come over and do it in the Premier League, you know. So what's that going to be like in the Championship? You know, it'd be fascinating to see. And we've got a few Dutch lads, haven't we? So it'll be interesting to see how that transition is. I'm not 100% sure if Druek is Dutch. I'll have to do a little bit of research and digging around that. But massive fan of the profile. 22 years of age, 3.5 million is the valuation, and alongside that, his attributes really fit what Leeds United need. Now, Charlie Cresswell is another discussion point right now, and what Leeds are going to be doing with him. Toulouse are apparently, as we speak, the strongest suitor for the centre-back. Now, what will Leeds do with him? Well, it depends as well. Who else are we going to break? I just think, and I'm mumbling for the first time, but I just think to myself sometimes, you know, if you give him a chance, and, you know, if we actually bed him in at points during this season, if Farke just has a look at him, at least, I mean, this is a guy who's played more minutes in the Premier League than he has done in Championship minutes for Daniel Farke. Just at least give him a go in some consistent games, some minutes of which he's going to be able to do something. If you do that and you promise him that and you guarantee him that, he's not a bad backup centre-back. He's really not. And dependent on what happens with Liam Cooper, we might be looking at a scenario here where it's not as vast when it comes to changing of the guard as we actually think. You know, Cooper, Pascal, obviously 10 to 12 games per season, but then you've also got Joe Rodon as well. I mean, what are they going to do with him? But even, obviously, they're going to probably go out and get another centre-back if they don't get Joe. But you can keep a little bit of a constant there. If you keep Cresswell, promise him minutes, go out and keep Liam Cooper for another year when it comes to experience. Back Pascal Strout, which they're obviously going to do, but then get Rodon in or an equivalent. The change over there doesn't have to be as vast, but you've got to promise Cresswell, you've got to guarantee him a few minutes. And I think you can definitely do it. I think you look at the clubs that would be interested in him. I mean, even these European clubs that are interested in him, they're not bad clubs. Toulouse are not a bad club. And for the rumoured price, 3 to 5 million, for me, you either ask for more or you keep him, you know, or loan him out. But is he going to be wanted to be loaned out again? You know, I just think at some point there's got to be a common ground, a common understanding between Farke and between Cresswell, because the boy's he's got a good ability level. He has. We've seen that for Leeds. So it'll be fascinating to know to see what happens going forward, everybody. And let me know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. Fascinating to hear what your thoughts are on this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Cheers.